Hey guys, Robert here, and I've seen The Flash earlier, actually, and I had so much hope for this. So much hope. I really wanted this to be just such a good movie. And there's a lot to like. I'll say this. Everyone who says if you get through the first hour, you're in for a ride, they're not wrong, but good God, there's just so much wrong with this movie. So much wrong with this movie. It. Where to begin? Where do I even begin? First of all, Ezra Miller. He's not Barry. Not even Wally. Eh, hold on. Sorry about that. But yeah, Ezra, it's his own Flash. But now this, he should never have been the Flash. I say. Now, he's not as quirky as he's been in the other movie. I will give him that. I prefer present day Barry over 2013 Barry. 2013 Barry is all the problems we've had with the Flash. So I will admit, there's moments in here where it's good, but there's just so much not good. And I'm sorry, when the director has to say, oh, the bad CGI was intentional because it's from his perspective, I'm sorry. Someone should have pulled him aside and say, dude, no one's going to think that. They're just going to think it's bad effects. I'm going to get some of the worst out of the way. That, like I said, 2013 Barry, I cannot stand him. He is annoying until near the end. It just, so much of this plot doesn't work. It's more convoluted. And I'm a guy who likes the multiverse, but they make this so convoluted. Everything amounts to nothing by the end. And it's just, I mean, okay, what worked? Let me get this. What worked? The cameos. All the fan service I felt worked. Having Zod back in Feora, Keaton back as Batman. I'll get to a spoiler at the very end. You've probably read by now. Christopher Reeve, George Reeves, Helen Slater, Supergirl, Nicolas Cage as Superman. Seeing all of those were good, but on the stuff with the Dark Flash worked. Supergirl, great with Supergirl. Like I said, present day Barry, really good. The action I thought was good, but ay ay ay, there's just so much that doesn't work. Like I said, 2013 Barry, and it basically this world is not as falling apart as it was before, and but it just just there's so much that's just so convenient. As an adaptation of Flashpoint Paradox was way better than this. This is just not good. There's a mess. So much of it just okay. Barry wants to save his mom. The lead up to that doesn't work at all. At least in the comics, it had much a better build up here. This just felt so like, oh, I'm gonna go save my mom. That's what it felt like. It felt like I'm just gonna go save my mom. And at least there, we had it be where the whole notion is, as Reverse Flash put it, Reverse Flash knows how to change time. Barry went through it like he broke through a glass window. I didn't get that vibe in here at all. It just felt like what led to the changes made no sense whatsoever. And then later they're told, oh, you don't make another timeline, you change the current timeline, and yet that throws everything into a whack. It's like, but you still have the multiverse. What is going on here? And like I said, everything, right down to how he researched what happened to the other heroes, those annoying side characters. There was a whole bunch of annoying side characters throughout this movie. What the hell? Like I said, as soon as Keaton shows up, he salvaged the movie. He didn't save it, he salvaged it. This movie, I would have given it like one of the worst. I gotta say this. I think Black Adam is more entertaining than this. There, I said it. This movie, for the first hour, is such a painful slog. And barely kept together by present day Barry Ezra's acting. He did some good jobs there, but for the most part, it's not working. And you have to you have to put up with 2013. Ooh, I'm quirky, Barry. Why was that even there? Why was that necessary? I mean, obviously it's necessary for the ending. But they meet up with Michael Keaton's Batman. How does this change happen? They never explain. Okay, I almost forgot. Ben Affleck's Batman, also well handled, but his send off is just gets in the car. That's it. But yeah, they eventually, once they find Keaton, and we find out, yeah, he's Batman, that's when it just goes off to the races. They're going to try and save Superman. They end up finding Supergirl. Apparently, in this timeline, she has the codex in him instead of Cal. And apparently, Zod was able to intercept Cal. What? But they're able to get there, deal with Zod, and it turns out they lose. Zod was just arriving, and they lose. Everyone gets, and Bruce and Kara get killed. And thus, what leads to the big thing then is trying to change time. Basically, in 2013, Barry feels like you forced this on me, and I'm going to make things right. So he keeps trying and trying, and makes him more insane until he becomes the Dark Flash, which I like that twist. That twist I do not mind. But apparently, by doing this, it's somehow causing the multiverse to collapse. They never explain that at all very well. And it just, again, the cameos I did not mind. But then, hold on. Sorry about that again. As I was saying, it just. Now, the way they take him out, basically, since this Dark Flash is 2013 Barry, and 2013 Barry still shows up in the middle of him trying to save the day, save everything, and sees his dark future. He then sacrifices himself when Dark Barry tries to stab normal Barry, and thus he no longer exists. Thing is saved. Then Barry has to realize he can't just fix it to one point. He has to make sure his mother dies. Things like that. It just. And then he seems to put it back, but then we find out not even close. It's a close enough future and timeline. Why? George Clooney is Batman. Yep, those rumors were all true, and it makes zero sense. Although you have Barry go using their one F bomb saying, "Who the fuck is this?" And it's just like, how does this make any sense? But then you have the post credits where he meets up with Jason Momoa, Aquaman, basically says, I've gone to other worlds, so apparently he has. All the Batmen are different, but you're always the same. I think that's their way of trying to keep Momoa as Aquaman by saying, "Oh no, you're the same in any, despite what changes. Batman's always going to change, and obviously some of the other characters are always going to change." But it's just, how do they explain Clooney? Is he going to officially be the Batman? I doubt it. What's going on? They just leave it there. What? This movie was just a mess. And hold on again. Sorry again. But yeah, just like I said, the cameos were fine. Seeing Nicolas Cage fighting the giant spider, loved it. I did not mind the Superman, George Reeves and Christopher Reeve and Helen Slater, Supergirl, Superman, and all that. Seeing them there, that was fine. But it was just so much. Everything else about this was just a disjointed mess. Did I regret seeing it? No. It still was entertaining enough to make it be that I'm glad I saw it. But at the same time, this was a train wreck. Multiverse of Madness was better than this. There, I said that too. Ruby. But yeah, it's just. I give this a 5 to a 6 out of 10. Hey, Ruby. This just was not worth the wait, not worth the build-up, not worth all of this stuff. And again, when you have the directors to someone should have reined in the director and saying, "This is a bad idea." To have the graphics intentionally bad because it's Barry's perspective. Either he's talking out of his ass, or someone should have pulled him aside because this was one of the dumbest ideas. Because this is what if it was intentional, you don't do this. I'm all over the map because this whole movie was all over the map. Again, there's stuff to like, but there's a lot to hate. It's just, overall, see it if you want to, but you don't have to, if you ask me. This is just my giving my opinion on everything, guys. Just wanted to get it out of my system. Thank you all, and see you on the next one.